Try and keep this under 10 minutes. Again, Mark and I knew one another before YouTube. I'm just putting it out there. This is why I trusted him so much in the beginning. I was the first member of USA 180. I met him years ago, during the last years of being with my ex. My ex was a politician that had to resign his seat. I won't get into that story. Anyway, I met him at a rally where politicians were and activists. It was from John McCain, actually. And from that point on, we hit it off. And after I left the ex, I hooked up with him. And we had a relationship. In fact, we got married. Mark was actually my first husband. The man that you see me with now is my second husband. In fact, my daughter is really Mark's, but she grew up many of her years with my new husband because I separated from him. I moved up this way, he lives down that way. The thing is, there's stuff that I know about Mark where I should have turned my back on him right from the get-go, but I decided that if you can't beat them, join them. When Mark and I lived together, okay, before he moved into his mother's basement, he had this fucked up obsession with green, okay? And I'm talking screwy. It all started from the day we met. I have green eyes. I was wearing a green top, okay? Only I didn't realize it then. And he wanted everything freaking green. I'm talking the walls, the couch, the fucking carpet. It was ugly, too, I have to say. I mean, he loaded up the house with plants, and I'm talking, dude, when I say obsession with a color, it's beyond having a favorite color. Everything had to be green. Now, I decided to deal with it, okay? Because when you love somebody, you try to look past those things. But then he started doing other strange things. Taking frequent, long showers all the time. I'm talking all the time. He would eat, take a shower. He would watch a bit of C-SPAN, take a shower. He would make videos, take a shower. Work in the office, take a shower. Everything. A shower always followed something or came before something. And I noticed something else. He would run these humidifiers all the time. So the conditions in the apartment, okay, were that of a rainforest. I'm talking, I was suffocating. And we always had these arguments because I would open the windows and say, what the hell is this? And he was saying that, you know, he needed to be in humid conditions, but never explained why. And I always thought it was odd, okay? And then it got to the point where he was going to the pet store. Listen to this shit. We didn't have any pets, okay? But he was buying crickets and grasshoppers as if he was feeding, like, a lizard or something. I know that you buy those bugs to feed frogs and whatnot. And he was letting them free in the freaking house. He also had a cricket farm in his office and one of those buckets. You ever see the buckets you get from the pet store and it has cricket feed in it? He had that too. I'm like, okay, something's not right here. So I decided to set up my webcam one night. Lo and behold, it got freaky, people. I have to tell you. I didn't know how to handle it because my daughter was already 2 years old at that point. I left him right after. But I didn't know how to handle it because we had a daughter. When I saw what I saw in the video, okay, I had to watch it for several days, and I had to ask myself if I was actually living a nightmare and perhaps somewhere in this world trapped in a coma. I thought that I was dead, that I was living in hell. That's how serious this video was. This man's eyes turned into that of a serpent, what they call reptilian eyes now. He was eating these bugs. In fact, I saw him shift into a lizard. Mark Taylor is a reptilian shapeshifter. My daughter is a reptilian shapeshifter. He's also not really Mark Taylor. He claims his real name is Charles Manson, and that the Charles Manson you see in prison is actually a different reptilian shapeshifter. In fact, Mark Taylor is unknown to all of us. It's just some regular guy. He took his social security number and used his name. He's also related to Ted Bundy, the son of Sam. It's going to blow your mind, but I also discovered that he's part of the Masonic bloodline of Jack the Ripper. This is why you see those Masonic symbols in the background on his videos. But the most disturbing part is that the Zodiac Killer, it's highly possible that it was actually Charles Manson, who is really, as you know, is Mark Taylor. That's why the Zodiac Killer was never found. He's also a reptilian shapeshifter. The only reason why he let me live, okay, and join this group, was because I have his child. And because I'm helping him with his movement to complete the agenda, okay. It's big, people. They're having children with human women, okay, to take over the human race. Once you're past childbearing age, they will kill you, okay? I have to tell you, be careful who you fall in love with and who you sleep with. And think twice before you have a child. I figured out a way you could figure out if they're reptilian, but it unfortunately happened after the fact. You have to celebrate Harvest Moon. And you have to do this with the purest of heart. Start yourself up a great big bonfire. Okay? Bonfire. Just when the clock strikes 1:11, you need to do the following chant. I am me, I will always be, and never for you. And say that at least 22 times. But you have to do it as you're dancing around the fire. And each time that you go around the fire, what you got to do when you dance around the fire is you got to stop, blow into the fire, and repeat the phrase. Stop, blow into the fire, repeat the phrase. And there you'll cast out your demons. It actually spooked the hell out of Mark. Okay? And that's when we separated. I believe we could defeat these shapeshifters if we start this ritual. And we should start with the upcoming Harvest Moon next year. Unfortunately, we missed this one. I should have came out with this before then. But I have to go. I'm blocking him from viewing this. I don't want him to know that I'm telling you this. The only reason why I'm a member of USA 180 is because if you can't beat them, join them. We're better off sticking to our guns so we could take the bastards over and get these fucking reptilian shapeshifters off our planet.